signor is satisfied?
Yeah, it's all right, thank you.
The signor is interested in ships?
No, merely as a tourist.
Oh, that's nice. We don't have very many tourists these days in Havana. Only Allied tourists and the others. You should walk along the seawall, senor. One hears much talk there that should interest the tourist. Also, one can see the ships much better.
Yeah, well, I'll take your advice, Jose. Perhaps Rosa, is it?
Jose Navarro, senor. Mission?
Yes.
I am not always so correct in my pronunciation of French. There is a French Navy base at Martinique.
Yeah, so I've heard. Thank you.
Gracias.
I have much to tell you now. I talked with the survivors of the Star of France.
How many were there?
A mere handful. Luckily, they were blown into the water on the far side of the freighter, so they were hidden from the U-boat from the smoke of the sinking ship.
It was a submarine, they're certain of that.
It surfaced and fired another round into the freighter. They saw the markings.
An enemy submarine, thousands and thousands of miles from its base.
How can it operate? It needs fuel.
It is friends, here. I went through the files of the Havana police this morning. The name of a man called Martinez appeared with amazing frequency. I'm very interested in Mr. Martinez. And I'm very interested in that fishing fleet. Marie.
Charles.
Marie. I never expected to find you here in Havana.
Where did you expect to find me? In Martinique, still waiting?
But I wrote you letters. I sent you money. I asked you to wait. And then when I came back for you...
Back?
But of course, as I promised I would, but you were gone.
I received nothing from you. Not a word. They were telling nothing at the base.
But they had nothing to tell. We were weeks at sea before we were picked up, and months recovering until we were assigned to another ship.
And you are still a naval officer?
I'm attached to the French legation here in Havana. Marie, how wonderful it is to find you again.
People are staring at us.
Come. Marie. Now, we make up for the time we've been apart. Now that I've found you, I'll never lose you again.
Oh, no, Charles, no.
What is it?
It's too late.
Too late?
I'm married. I thought that you were never coming back. That it was just a game with you, that you'd forgotten. I was alone, and I met someone. We fell in love.
But you love me. You can't love both of us.
I'm married to him.
Now, where do you live? Where can I find you?
Oh, don't try to find me, please. It's over. Everything that was between us is over. Just pretend that we didn't meet again.
I can't do that. And neither can you.
There's nothing else we can do. Goodbye, Charles.
Marie!
Buenos dias, senor.
Buenos dias. Many ships in the fishing fleet.
Oh, close to 40, senor.
You stay out for a long time?
You wish to buy something, senor? Some fish, perhaps?
Oh, no. I'm just looking for some information.
That is also a commodity, senor.
The ships can't stay out for a long time.
A very long time. 4 weeks or more.
And the fish are kept in tanks in the hold.
Most of them have that arrangement, senor. They're called high bankers. Others pack them in ice.
How big are the tanks?
Oh, very big.
In terms of gallons of fuel oil.
It's bad for the fish.
Not for the steelfish. Perhaps Tio Martinez could tell me if I can find him.
The Café Mosca. Very nice place.
Have a drink before you go, Arturo,
Later, Theo. A business arrangement first. Then I can relax happily.
Adios.
Adios.
Why do you have dealings with that man?
For money.
I don't like his money.
There is not enough to worry about one way or the other. He wanted 2 men, tough men who won't talk. Probably for some smuggling job. I said I would send them to him.
You promised me, Tio. You promised me you wouldn't be involved with him.
Juanita, I only sent him the men. I have nothing to do with Arturo's business. Customer, my sweet. Welcome to Cafe Master, senor.
Thank you.
I am Tio Martinez. Would you like to have a drink with me?
Gladly.
The Signore Martinez. Your pleasure, senor.
Some cognac, thank you.
A bottle of cognac for senor.
Michaud, Charles Michaud.
What shall we drink to, senor?
I don't know.
You are French? Let us drink to the French Navy.
All right, to the French Navy.
Too bad the crew of the Star of France can't be here to join in the toast.
Are you concerned for their absence or responsible for it?
Gentlemen, gentlemen, please remember, we are neutrals.
Yes.
You will dine with us, senor?
I should like that. In such a friendly atmosphere.
Marie.
You shouldn't have come here.
I didn't come here looking for you, Mary. I had no way of knowing that you were the wife of Tio Martinez.
Then why are you here?
Your husband. He's handsome.
He is good.
Then he's perfect. And he was perfect when it counted. While you were lonesome, and I was fighting a dirty war far removed from this pleasant, easygoing land.
Why are you really here, Charles, in Havana? Is it because of the sinking of the Star of France?
That, and hundreds of other tons of materiel. Most of the French war machine lies at the bottom of the Atlantic.
The U-boats are responsible for that.
Not alone, they are not. Have them bring me some fish, Maria. I have an interest in fish, and the fleet that catches them. Your husband, Tio, owns some ships, does he not?
Not anymore. If you suspect my husband, you're wasting your time.
I have nothing better to do with my time. For instance, tomorrow noon, I'll be walking by the seawall. Perhaps you will be there too?
I'll have them serve you dinner.
Rodolfo, Tio wants to buy them a drink. I am sorry about what occurred at the bar.
Sit down.
My sympathies are not with your enemies.
Why didn't you say that while he was still present?
One must be diplomatic, senor.
Why? You're no diplomat.
I am a student. Owning a cafe is only part of the education. May I?
Certainly. Perhaps you can help me, Senor Martinez, if you are serious about the direction of your sympathies.
Perhaps I can.
Do you believe the U-boats are using Havana as a port?
Of course not.
Then they are being refueled at sea.
That is possible.
One or the other is a certainty.
And you wish me to tell you how?
You were not always a respectable businessman.
The Senor is a hard man to convince.
Yes. Very.
Do you know a customs inspector, Arturo Jimenez?
No.
You should. He knows more about the ships here than anyone else, and what they carry.
I should like to talk to him.
Arturo Jimenez, Lieutenant Michaud.
Sit down.
It is possible that you can be helpful to the lieutenant. He is newly arrived in Havana.
I do not like this word helpful. I find it always costs me something.
The information I seek is worth much to me.
In that case, I find the word much more pleasant. A poor place to conduct business for an official.
This is not official business.
All the more need to be more careful.
I am sure the lieutenant is a very careful man.
That is good. Perhaps we can do business after all, at some other time.
The U-boat was last seen in the vicinity of...
Forgive me for being late.
Oh, that's quite all right, Charles. This is Captain Molina of the Havana Police, Lieutenant Michaud from our naval base in Martinique. I have told Captain Molina of our fears concerning certain operations in Havana Harbor.
Please be assured of the complete cooperation of my department, Lieutenant.
Thank you, Captain. How would you consider the cooperation of a customs inspector by the name of Arturo Jimenez? He seems to know the harbor well. How loyal is he?
Very loyal. To Jimenez.
That was my impression. We were introduced by a man called Tio Martinez.
Oh, is Martinez involved in this?
He buried himself for a while. Perhaps he found it boring.
And the wife?
It would be a shame if she were involved. A very beautiful woman.
Oh, I received a cable this afternoon. The destroyer Victoire left Martinique last night for the Caribbean.
Yes, thank you.
The lieutenant is a man of little trust. If you gentlemen need me, a phone call will reach me.
Oh, Captain, forgive me. My caution was instinctive.
What is your plan, Lieutenant?
Well, I'm meeting with Jimenez again tomorrow. He has information and I'm sure a price.
And Martinez?
Well, my guess is that he is involved at a safe distance, but not safe enough.
If you are meeting with Jimenez, be prepared. It will cost you much.
It may even cost someone his life. Perhaps mine.
My husband knows nothing about the information you seek.
How do you know what information I seek?
Oh, it's easy to put two and two together.
Not two and two, Marie. One and one. Arturo and Tio Martinez, your husband.
Arturo is merely an acquaintance, that's all.
They have dealings with each other. Do you deny it? Now, I'm not asking you to inform on your husband. If he is guilty, he'll pay for it. In full.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Then I'd be free again to wait for you. Is that what you think?
I still think that you belong to me. If I lost you because of a circumstance of war, why shouldn't I have you again for a similar reason?
No, I'm in love with Tio.
A man who sells lives for money.
That's not true.
And if I prove to you that it is true, Marie, what then? Will you come away with me then?
I'll never believe it. Never.
Just a minute.
I am quite alone.
You may search the place if you wish.
That might be indiscreet. Aren't you going to offer me a drink, Lieutenant?
Let's avoid the preliminary niceties, shall we? I'm positive that an enemy submarine is being refueled from Havana, in violation of Cuba's neutrality and the rules of your port. From our short discussion last night, I gained the impression that you could be most helpful.
I have some information that might be of use to you.
My government would be most appreciative of your cooperation.
You are without the government, Lieutenant, or will be shortly. The appreciation would be short-lived.
My government's reward will go beyond appreciation.
A delicate situation.
How delicate?
$2,000 in American money.
Count it.
You are a man of quick decision. The fishing schooner Neptuna left Havana last night at midnight. At 9 o'clock tonight, she will rendezvous with a U-boat. She is painted black, has a steel hull and 2 masts. The tanks are also of steel and hold perhaps 85,000 gallons of seawater. That is a lot of fish, Lieutenant. Or a lot of fuel.
It would go south, of course.
Through the Florida Straits.
But doesn't the fishing ship have an inspection stamp in her log before leaving port?
The inspection of a fishing schooner is casual. I am the customs inspector. It is up to me how casual.
You collect with both hands.
Well, one hand does not know what the other is doing. It is infinitely better that way.
Then our transaction is ended. Unless, of course, there will be a further payment by me to Tio Martinez for bringing us together.
There is no need for you to concern yourself with Tio, nor need I. My only concern at the moment is for secrecy. There is no need for you to make known our dealings.
No need at all.
Good. And there is no need for me to betray your secret. I refer to your delightful meetings with Senora Martinez. One confidence deserves another.
Paul, fishing schooner Neptuna left Havana last midnight with 85,000 gallons of fuel oil. Please come to my apartment at once. Number 16, Galley, San Paulo. It is not as late as you thought. I will have complete proof of Tio's guilt.
You must not tell anyone of my dealings with the Frenchman. I do not trust him.
That's what you wish to speak to me about.
That and other things. By the way, where is Marie?
Visiting friends.
Poor Tio.
And what does that mean?
It means that perhaps Marie is visiting friends, and perhaps she is visiting the Frenchman. They are not strangers.
I should kill you.
Why kill me? Why not kill the Frenchman? You would have more reason. You don't believe me? Ask your friends, call them. Or better yet, stop by the Frenchman's apartment on the way. What is it, Tio?
You tell me.
Tio will be expecting me.
Now, let him wait. You told him you were visiting friends, didn't you?
He wouldn't approve of my visiting you.
I don't think that his approval will be necessary after tonight.
Tio is in danger. That's why you wanted me to come here tonight. You expect trouble at the cafe. What is it, Charles?
By now, our ship has sunk their U-boat. They will not rest until they get whoever gave me this information.
And Tio's life may be in danger.
I thought you said he would never sell lives for money.
He wouldn't. I know he wouldn't. But if he's in trouble, I must go.
No, don't be a fool. It may be your life they take. Yes? Yes, Captain. Did you get the men who killed him? Yes. Right away. Fine. Arturo Jimenez has been killed. They said nothing about Tio. They have the man in custody. Come.
Hurry.
Tio. What will he think? What can he think?
You really do love him, don't you?
What does it matter? I've lost him. You arranged everything very well to make sure I'd return to you.
Your suggestion proved fruitless, Captain. I have questioned Senora Martinez for 2 hours, and she keeps declaring that this man is not involved.
Then do you have any reason why we should continue to hold Martinez?
None. I believe he's guiltless. And I wish to apologize.
I'm sorry the lieutenant did not accept our word as truth. But I can understand his concern for his country. And we accept his apology.
I'm sorry, Senora, that I kept demanding an answer that you could not give me.
There was so much at stake. I can understand your desires.
Are you absolutely certain of Martinez's innocence?
Arturo Jimenez's death was an execution. When their U-boat was sunk, they knew why, and they knew where to look. If Martinez had been guilty, they would have killed him too. Senora Martinez assured me that Tio knew nothing of Arturo's dealings, and I believe her.
Thank you, Captain. You are most welcome, Lieutenant. Oh, Lieutenant, I'm very glad that I made the suggestion about questioning this senora. What a pity she was so uncooperative.
One must be prepared for defeat as well as victory, Captain.
My name is Rory Calhoun. This is Gail Robbins, and this is Donald Curtis. We were just rehearsing a scene from this series' next presentation called Bet the Queen.
I want my husband out of here, but I'm willing to gamble for it. If I lose, well, you said I could work for you. You might make me change my mind about a lot of things.
A woman gambling for a man. To find out whether she won or she lost, join us when this series next presents Bet the Queen. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.